Hey there guys, it's Joey and this is my week with the Witchling Serenity. So the original video has the meanings in, but just to touch on them briefly, inner reflection, acceptance, being in the here and now. Yeah, okay. So at the very beginning of the week I picked up some blue kyanite and unakite, can't say it at all. Kyanite is excellent for attunement and meditation. It is tranquilizing and a powerful transmitter and an amplifier of high frequency energies, stimulating psychic abilities and intuition, can help spiritual energy to manifest in thought, connects to spirit guides, facilitates dream recall and does not hold any negativity. It's self-cleansing. Opens us to spiritual truth and psychological truth, slicing through ignorance, confusion, dispelling blockages, illusions, anger, frustration and stress, and is connected to the throat chakra. Unakite is a stone of vision, balances emotions with spirituality, opens the third eye and promotes psychic vision. When placed upon the third eye, also provides grounding when needed and can be useful after meditation or psychic work. And there's a few quotes. Don't be a princess, be a priestess. Do it, girl. I love that one. That's been making the rounds this week. I really like it. Let us forget with generosity those who cannot love us. Pablo Neruda. The tallest oak in the forest was once just a little nut that held its ground. I did an oracle card reading for myself at the beginning of the week, and I'm not going to discuss that at length because that's kind of personal and private, and a lot of this week is, so it's going to possibly be a bit shorter. But the final card was you, to do with renewed spiritual strength, and it's worth pointing that out now. A couple more quotes. Another one from Do It Girl. She said it's hard to function when you're busy making assumptions, and jumping to conclusions is like jumping to your death. Just be in the present moment and take a breath. And given the messages of presentness, I thought that was very poignant. If you meet a loner, no matter what they tell you, it's not because they enjoy solitude, it's because they have tried to blend into the world before and people continue to disappoint them. Jodie Picoult. And the notion of so within, so without this week has been very pivotal. I keep dreaming about getting a bee in my ear. It's uncomfortable, but in the dreams I always wait and it always flies out again. Last night's dream, it tried to get back in again after I managed to get it out, and I cupped it and made it fly off. I asked Nadia and she thought it was to do with taking notice of messages as well as creativity. I've got some personal plans here for the future, but they're private, so... Labradorite, stone of magic awakening within you, mystical and magical abilities and psychic powers, holding protection from negativity and cannot be used for ill will. Picture on Facebook. Likely this inner meditation crystalline kyanite will be wonderful with the serene energies and has been amplifying the energies of serenity all week. The soul has given its own ears to hear things the mind does not understand. Rumi. And also by Rumi. Dance when you're broken open, dance if you've torn the bandage off, dance in the middle of the fighting, dance in your blood, dance when you're perfectly free. Spiritual progress is like detoxification. Things have to come up in order to be released. Once we've asked to be healed, then our unhealed places are forced to the service. Marianne Williamson. And then one from me, a quote by J. Morris, 2014. Behaviour that is below us belittles us. Act with honour, speak little or do not speak at all. Words are heavy with the meaning they bring. Tread softly. I woke up with Journeys Don't Stop Believing in my head yesterday. The day before that I had felt completely drained and depressed, saddened to see more judgments and name calling. I used and have been using tourmaline for night protection, which has been very effective. Okay, let's talk about that before we move on. I noticed there was sort of this duality going on this week. There was a sense of observing these things without being a part of them and learning not to be affected by them, and that's a really big message of Serenity, is not allowing this crap into your soul, basically. And I noticed it was starting again with over-judgmental behaviour towards how people conduct their spiritual path, to the point of name-calling. Some of it's over, like, obvious and aggressive. A lot of it is insidious. And it's the sort of thing like people are trying to undermine other people, and that's something that I don't like, when people are trying to be sneaky and undermine people's spirituality. Now, this wasn't at me or anything this week, I just noticed it around in several different places, and I was like, don't want no part of that, that's ugly energy and you can keep it, to be honest. Spiritual truth and spiritual serenity, given the message of this week for me, is more about learning. And I don't believe in the idea of you are not allowed to do it your way. I'm pagan for that reason. It's one of the underlying reasons for me seeking out a pagan spiritual path. There are things I disagree with. There are things I won't engage in. And I have every right to express my opinion, as does everybody else, because if you're allowed to express your opinion, so is everyone else. So you cannot say to someone, you must not. You cannot. You can sit down and have a discussion about it, as long as you're honourable and behave yourselves, but, you know, that's not going on. There's this underlying snarky comment, nasty name calling, oh, you think you're so great, that sort of thing. It's just sad, really, and it has no place in spirituality, and yet it thrives in spirituality. One of those weird situations. The day after I felt drained, I felt better, and tourmaline had a huge effect in that, keeping barriers up at night. When the Oracle deck came, the first card I pulled was Strange Companions in Even Stranger Places, which is Snow White and Alice in Wonderland. And it was ideal for this week, as well as where I was feeling. Travel through perils and uncertainties, following their own journeys, until they've learnt a bright lesson about life. Surviving and becoming oneself. ... Your own fairy tale adventure, dramatic, dark, shadowy and wild, is about to begin. Imagination is more important than power. Yes, we have travelled, we are far from home, and we are wandering lost, but we are oh so alive because of this delicious uncertainty. ... Do not give up on your own ability to make great choices, to use the unlimited power of your creativity. ... This world is strange and so are you. That's not everything the reading says in terms of meaning, but if I copied the whole lot out, we'd be here all year. I went to the neighbouring village and picked up some crystals, the large smoky quartz, kyanite, wisterite with sugarlight, 2 red amethyst, a handrite, 2 green candles and some luck incense. So I've been doing work of abundance this week. Spiritual and physical, mundane, I guess, abundance and prosperity, and working through and believing in my own abilities to do it. And because of self-belief, manifestation occurs, and that has been a very key theme this week, about believing in yourself without being an arse, and believing in your own power without needing to lord it over anyone else, and results will flow. So I wish to write, and I read the crystal meanings because I always pick crystals on intuition, and because I pick them on intuition they feed into the theme of the week. Wish to write. Calm, relaxing and strengthening helps with PTSD, helps one balance action and reaction, handling life in a calm, steady manner. Inner dialogue, communication, throat chakra. Sugalite for meditation to bring the mind and spirit into alignment, spiritual love and wisdom, opens all chakras, promoting channeling and inspires spiritual awareness. Red amethyst combines the properties of amethyst, hematite and smoky quartz. Calming, grounding, protective, and all chakras are affected by it, helping to clear, balance and restore the energy flow. Ahundrite is the same family as angelite, supporting and strengthening on the physical plane, teaches acceptance of all life has brought. Healing of the throat. A quote, a couple of quotes, one of mine. This first one is from Smart Witch. You are important and you matter. Your feelings matter, your voice matters, your story matters, your life matters, always. And this sort of ties into the idea that people will try and undermine your path, try and make you feel like you are less than you are. Oh, if you do this, then you're less of a... And there's a lot of that. And I've seen it in every walk of life. Spirituality too, unfortunately. But you have to keep at the base of your core the remembrance that you are here. You are meant to be here and you matter. And this is my feelings on the week. Perhaps if we offered up a measure of understanding rather than judgment, the world would start to shift in a better direction. Joanne Morris, 2014. It's easy to judge. Incredibly easy to judge. It's less easy to empathise and try and offer a measure of understanding. And then there was a lot about the throat chakra this week. Correspondences being pale blue, sound, creative identity, self-expression, communication, creativity, experiencing the world through vibration of sound, language, truth and expression of feelings. And of course there's a spell that went up yesterday. And we'll mention again Arwen, the Welsh word for poetic inspiration, from an oral tradition. It's also said that Arwen stands not simply for inspiration, but for the inspiration of truth. We are simply reconnecting to the universe, Soul Reader. I bought cornflowers the other day and was gifted a yew leaf en route home. Is it possible this yew leaf is tying into the oracle reading at the start of the week? So we shall see. Spiritual awakening beginning and starting again. So that will be going forward. So this week, of course, because there's been a lot of personal inner work, it's very difficult to talk about it because a lot of it is personal, private, inner spiritual work. It's to do with how you view yourself and how you fill yourself with spiritual love and spiritual confidence, and you don't allow niggles and whatever to get to you too much. And it's something that I have to learn even more. I'm getting a lot better at it. I'm a lot better than I used to be, but I'm still progressing on that path to not allowing people's negative naysaying into me, because it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. There are strangers that will judge you, there are semi-strangers that will judge you, even people that you've known a long time, and if they judge you like that, they're not your true friends, so yeah. But it's something that I have been engaging in this week and embracing and celebrating the positive connections rather than giving the negative any time of day. And it does lead to a self-serenity. It leads to feeling calm, and it's not, I don't care, I'm gonna I'm gonna flip everyone off because I'm the baddest bitch in town. It's not like that. It's just an inner peace. It's like you carry on, because the only person you're poisoning is you, and I'm going to carry on doing what I do. I'm just going to walk away from anything that causes huge amounts of stress, and that way I will feel a calmness in myself. So that's it for this week's Witchling. Many blessings.